We're not much older than you. We certainly don't profess to be any wiser. But if there is anything that we've learned in our combined 68 years of life, it's this. Whether you're earning a graduate degree, building a business, it's rare that we remember those moments of triumph. Far more often, we remember the moments of panic and comic relief and the people who helped get us through them.
Over the last 5 years, we've absorbed some other lessons that we'd like to share. So lesson number 2, treat others the way they want to be treated. This is one of the core values that we have at Warby Parker, and one that we've enhanced over the last 5 years. It started off as treat others as we want to be treated. But people are complex and different, and it's much more powerful to be empathetic, truly understanding the individual you're interacting with in order to cater to their wants and needs. Practice empathy and be grateful.
Lesson number 3, go easy on the business school jargon. No one knows what a 360 review is outside of this room. Circling up is for kindergartners and hippies. And you don't need to shoot people an email. You can just send it. It'll get there just as fast.
Lesson number 4. No is an excellent word. Get comfortable using it. Get comfortable using it respectfully. It will allow you to stay focused on things and people that really matter. From a business standpoint, strategy is what you don't do. Saying no to potential distractions is even more important than deciding what to prioritize. And from a personal satisfaction perspective, saying no to the wrong people will ensure that you have time to spend with the right ones.
Lesson number 5, dream big, fail small. You came here with big ambitions, and now you graduate with an obligation to fulfill them. Any journey worth taking is full of risky, scary decisions. Conquer fear by minimizing it, not by eliminating it. Take baby steps rather than giant leaps. If you feel like you're standing at the edge of a cliff, take a step back. Think about how to break down that step into a million smaller steps.
Lesson number 6, presume positive intent. It's human nature to assume the worst. Avoid doing so. Have enough confidence in yourself that when someone suggests a new idea or takes action without telling you first, don't get defensive. Don't climb that ladder of inference. That's right, we worked that in there. You can't gain trust if you don't give it away first. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't be skeptical at times, but trust first, then verify. If you can't presume positive intent, then you're hanging out with the wrong crowd.
And finally, lesson number 7, always be tired. When you're a Wharton student, you're tired of going to class.
From working with your learning team.
From sprinting to school on Walnut Street because you couldn't catch a bus.
From racing from one recruiting event to another.
From doing mock interviews with your classmates.
The problems in business school are well defined. You get assignments, and you know that you have to complete those assignments.
In the real world, there are no constraints. Problems are messy. Stakes are higher. Knots are difficult to untie. Instead of finding yourself on an academic roller coaster, you're on an emotional roller coaster.
Acceptance is the first step towards surviving. Accept the fact that at the end of each day, as you're crawling into bed, you should always feel intellectually and physically exhausted.
If you're not intellectually tired, you're not tackling hard enough problems. If you're not physically tired, you're not optimizing your time.
This doesn't mean you should cheat on sleep, wake up exhausted, and need 5-hour energies to get you through the day. But it does mean that you should push yourselves hard. You're all going to have incredible opportunities to make a difference coming from Wharton. And to capitalize, you'll need to challenge yourselves physically, emotionally, and intellectually throughout the day so that your eyes are already closing in that 1 second before you hit the pillow. That's the right amount of tired.
Strive to strike that equilibrium point that we learned about in OPM class. It's the point where you're just a little tired, just tired enough to confirm that you've been busting your butt, but not tired enough that it turns you into a monster.
And since you are always going to be tired, you'd better find people that energize you. people that give you a shock to the system in a good way, and who in turn allow you to energize the people around you.
One of your most important roles in work life will be the ability to energize people. People derive their energy from you as a leader, whether you're a CEO or whether you've just joined a company. You can multiply your impact by being a source of energy instead of an energy drain.
This means honoring the friendships that you've forged. It means making time on a Friday night after a long week of work to dress up in full costumes and go to medieval times with your business school friends 5 years after you graduate, like we did last weekend.
It means stepping out of a meeting to take a call from a friend.
Doing whatever it takes to be at that wedding.
Grabbing dinner with that friend who's visiting from out of town, even though you're exhausted.
Waking up early to play with your child.
And always ending the day knowing that you spent it impactfully. The cruel joke of time is that it progresses faster the older you get. The less time you have, the faster it goes. Be deliberate in choosing how you spend your time when you wake up each morning, and avoid the temptation to do things just because they're easy.
You're graduating at a time when the world's problems are more complex and interconnected than ever.
But there's also more opportunity to solve them than ever before.
To do so, you'll need to stretch yourselves. You came here with awesome talent, and you leave here with more tools at your disposal. Use them. Use your ability, your new skills, and this incredible community to have a big impact.